important to set goals in life. And lucky for you, lazy fuckers, I've done it for you. So here's the top 10 Aussie life goals for you to live your life by. Number 1, propose to the love of your life. When you find love, wow, that magical moment where you connect on a whole different level with someone. You feel so comfortable with them. They're your best friend. And at one point or another, it's time to ask them to marry you. But if you're gonna do that, you make sure you've got a full fucking film crew there, right? You need some prick hiding in the bushes, some motherfucker up in the tree getting the fucking boom mic out to get some sound, some cocksuckers hiding under your picnic rug getting fucking GoPro shots. Because let's face it, if you get married and you don't get the whole proposal on camera, who gives a shit? You gotta impress those cocksuckers you call friends on Facebook. You gotta get that 100 likes. If you don't get 100 likes on your fucking engagement post, is there even a point in getting engaged? The answer's fucking no! Number 2, realise that when you were a child and you thought that you could grow up to be anything, an army man, a police officer, or an astronaut, that you were dead fucking wrong. Because stacking shelves at fucking Woolies in the middle of the night is your real calling. It's the lack of social skills that you didn't develop as a child. It's the ability that you have to fuck up everything in your life. And your dad who sits at home at night and cries himself to sleep because you're a huge fucking failure. That's what you achieved. Because you thought it was cool in year 10 to get handjobs in the back of the class rather than learning. Yeah, it was great to get handjobs in the back of the class, but now you're a fuckwit. Not that there's anything wrong with stacking shelves at Woolies. Number 3, drink so much that you piss the bed. Honestly, can you call yourself an Australian if you don't get out and get on the piss and then get home, throw a bit of dinner in the oven and that dinner turns into a fire hazard because you fall asleep because you're so fucking dizzy and then you wake up the next morning and you're covered in your own piss? If you haven't achieved this life goal, then you are un-Australian as fuck. Extra hot tip from the Buttsman, and I know this from, experience. If you want to avoid this, if you've done it once and you want to avoid it, because you only need to do it once, make sure you eat when you go out on the piss, alright? If you go and drink for 12 fucking hours at nightclubs and pubs and all that type of shit, and you do not eat, you're gonna piss the bed, dickhead. Have a meal. I can't think of anything that rhymes with meal that actually, sort of relates to what I'm saying. Have a meal! And don't wee out of your banana peel. That's fucking awful. Number 4, make sure you root someone much uglier than you. This one's basically just for guys, because when you're a young guy, you go to nightclubs and pubs and all that type of stuff and you try and pick up the hottest girl that you can find. But then you get a little bit older and realise you're fuck ugly and then you just try and root anything that's got a fucking heartbeat. Find yourself a lovely minger and then fucking go for it, son. Number 5, enjoy the delicious Australian delicacy, the Bunnings snag. The humble Bunnings snag was introduced to the continent of Australia in 1843 by Arthur Bunnings. It was originally made with the intestines of a sheep. The filling was koala, crocodile, and emu. Absolutely delicious. It was then cooked up over a hot plate made of Ned Kelly's armour, and the fire was made out of burning Captain Cook's bones. It's Australian as fuck to have a Bunnings snag. Now you make sure you go and get it for $2, and you better put some Tom sauce on that motherfucker and a little bit of onion, or you can suck all the dicks in the world. Number 6. Get out and see the wildlife. You can do this in just like a normal city. Go down to the park and you can find yourself the most elusive creature in Australia, the bin chicken. These disease-ridden fuckheads are just absolutely everywhere and they're eating your garbage. And while you're there, keep an eye out for your local crackhead. These guys can be spotted absolutely everywhere, or you can probably smell them because they're covered in their own feces. Check out a telltale sign, they don't have any fucking teeth either. These majestic creature crackheads can be seen running through traffic, almost being hit by cars trying to get their fix. And if you really want to have a good laugh, have a chat to them. Jesus Christ, it'll make you feel a whole lot better about your own life. Number 7. Be poor as a teenager. Spend your money on fun. And by fun, I mean goon sacks. Buy as many goon sacks as you possibly can, and the fruity Alexia gods will smile upon you by giving you an unwanted pregnancy with some minger that you met at a local club. Number 9. Realise that the best part of your life was getting lunch orders at primary school. Number 9.5. Come and see the Buttsman live. I'm doing an Australian touring. I'm doing a world tour. It's all happening, ladies and gentlemen. I had to sneak this in here. Shameless self-promotion. I fucking love it. And number 10. Make sure you get out to an Australian music festival because you can really learn a lot about this country. You can learn how many fuckheads live here. Those chicks that dress like the WWE wrestler Rikishi. Those fucking hoe bags. The blokes who have their tops off, who have just finished their last cycle of steroids and Melatonin, and they're really trying to pick up some hot babes, even though the one thing they're lacking in their lives is a personality. You couldn't poke a fucking stick at that shit, and you can sit back and enjoy all the amazing bands that are from Australia and are absolutely rubbish. Here's a drinking game you can do at an Australian music festival. Every time someone says, oh bro, I just fucking love Triple J, how they think like I think, and I listen to Hack, and that's how I form my political opinion, by listening to Tom Tilley. Fuck that shit! You take a fucking skull and you fucking don't glass him, alright? That's illegal. But you look at him and you go, I could glass you, but I won't because I'm a law-abiding citizen and I do not encourage violent acts at all. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to live your life by these goals. You need to change your existence, and I absolutely encourage you to do nothing that I told you in this video for legal reasons, but be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, me dick stinks, and I'll see you all very soon. Toodaloo, au revoir, bye.